Hello and welcome back. We are making a dill pickle today, just canning some pickles from our garden. We actually had a good turnout this year, and so we needed to preserve them. So I got this recipe from Ruth Ann Zimmerman. She has a YouTube channel. It is Homesteading with the Zimmermans. It's so simple. It is just vinegar and salt, and you warm it up, and then that is what you fill your jars with. So that's what I was using, just some sea salt. And now I am fixing to chop up the cucumbers. These are medium to small size cucumbers. If you let them get too big, I have made a mistake in the past that the insides get soggy and they just don't make a good pickle. So if you are going to can your own cucumbers, just make sure they're small to medium size so that they can be crunchy. They will be crunchy for a very long time if you do that. The other thing that goes into these jars is 2 bay leaves, garlic. You can put 1 to 3 cloves in there. It depends on how much you like garlic. And then a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. That's what that orange stuff was that you saw me put in there. And then top it off with dill. You can use fresh dill or you can use like a teaspoon of dill seed, whichever you have on hand. I did not get to grow dill this year, but next year I am going to grow it to try to use my own fresh dill. Now, when you slice your cucumbers, make sure they're thick. You may like them thicker than what I'm doing, but if you make them too thin, they may not be as crunchy. So, say if you've had them in the pantry and they're, in the jars for 6 months, they may be kind of soggy. But if you make them a little thicker, they should hold their crunch all the way through the year. And that's what we plan on doing with these. My hope is that all the cucumbers that we just grew, because our vine is dying now, those will last us until next year. And so we'll use them on hamburgers or sandwiches or just to snack on. And we won't have to buy any from the store because, as you know, the pickles from the store have all kinds of junk in them. I know there's clean brands out there, but it's just fun to garden. And if you have the space to garden, why not? Another tip for canning pickles, you want to make sure that you shove that jar full and make sure you cram as many as you can in there. Even with pickle spears, make sure you jam them in there because whenever you put the brine in, you don't want them to float. You want the brine to be on top of the pickle or on top of the cucumber, as I'm doing here. You can see how it's going up and you can see the water line or the brine line. That is, oh, it's almost there. So you want to make sure there's no bubbles. That's what I was going to say. You want to make sure there's no bubbles and then you clean it off with a clean paper towel. I like to just get some vinegar, like plain vinegar on the paper towel just to sterilize around the rim and then put your seal and your lid on only finger tight. Sometimes you'll have trouble, like I am here. I could not get it on one handed for some reason. But yeah, just finger tight. Make sure they're not crooked, or the seal will lift up on you whenever you put them in the water bath. In the past, I made the mistake of leaving my cucumber jars in there way too long. And so when you do that, it cooks them. So what Ruth Ann said was you bring the water to a boil in your water bath, and when it comes to a boil, you take it out because you don't want mushy pickles. You want crunchy ones. It's just enough time to get the seal to seal, and everything worked out beautifully. I hope you enjoyed this short little canning lesson tutorial. You can find the full recipe at her channel, and I will try to have that linked for you as well. Thanks for watching.